Good morning. This is Eyes Love to Talk. How are y'all doing this morning? Um, I got something on my mind. I seen something in my neighborhood that kind of upset me. I don't know if was it yesterday or the day before yesterday. Um, I saw something that kind of like made me realize what my surroundings is going, what's going on with my surroundings, and where I'm actually raising my kids at. And someone's texting me like crazy. And excuse me, my allergies. I'm starting up. It's making me realize where I'm raising my children at. And no matter what we do, it's not gonna get better because it's like they poisoning the neighborhood. They poisoning it on purpose. And then when they poison it, they're not doing nothing about it. Um, they kind of like made me realize. I was coming from work. It had to be like, what time was it? Did I leave early that day? I normally leave. I left late, 3:30. Probably got here about 4. And there was a young lady. She was standing in on the sidewalk. As I continued to look at her, her pants was down, like in the middle of her butt. Her butt cheeks was like hanging out, literally no drawers. I figured she was homeless. I was like, all right, maybe she's homeless. But then I looked, analyzed the situation. No, she probably was homeless, but it wasn't that kind of homeless that I was thinking. So she had on a decent pair of sneakers, decent pair of jeans, decent shirt. She had braids in her head. This is me analyzing the whole situation, and I'm looking at her, and she's bent over into the car. So I'm wondering, like, so nobody's gonna like tell her, like, miss, pull your pants up, or miss, underdress or something. And when I walked past her, she was talking about money. So I'm like, am I actually really seeing prostitution and opening like this? In my neighborhood, it was sun up, no hiding it in the opening. Police is here, police is around. We have a precinct right up the block, not too far from where the situation was. And I was stunned. I was just like, am I really seeing what's going on here? Like, am I seeing prostitution in the daytime? And you can't never say it wasn't because the way the person was bent over in the car, the way drop nothing, the way her conversation, and it made me realize because it hurt me because it was like, all right, the police is right here. We're up the block from our precinct. There's children walking around. It's daytime. It's not like, and it's not. They're not hiding it. It's not discreet about it no more. It's not in a. And I'm like, and her ass was hanging out. It was like really hanging out. So that it also indicated to me that that's definitely what's going on. So, um, and I started thinking about my boys, my children, and I was like, the neighborhood is getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting poisoned. Um, and I was sitting here thinking that if I continue raising my children in this neighborhood, one of my boys is gonna get sucked up, and I believe it's the little one gets sucked up in this. There was literally prostitution in the daytime with no hiding it out loud, precinct up the block, pants down. She talking about money exchange. And I said, my son is going to be raised in this neighborhood. I have 5 boys now. Mind you, the big ones are bigger. They're about to start having girlfriends, do their own thing. My son is graduating. He's going to do his own thing. And I have one son. I have two. I have a 9-year-old, then he have a 9-year-old sister, then I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. But once the bigger ones go out and have their life, my son, 9-year-old, is gonna be by himself. And he's gonna make friends in this neighborhood, and he's going to engage with the people in the neighborhood. And he's already trying to fit in with his brothers. But you know, this is normal life. Teenage boys want to go out and do their thing. They can't drag their little brother along. Ooh, I'm gonna bust myself. And I said to my boys, I woke up, I went in my son's room, I said, we gotta leave, guys. We can't stay here anymore. It was like, why? We just made this home. We've been here so long. I said, because the neighborhood is deteriorating. It's not getting better. Um, it's a lot of things I'm seeing. We have so much homeless sitting on a block. I've been homeless before. I'm not knocking them, but this is like they are building more and more homeless shelters more than they building something it's good that they building homeless shelters. Let's not say that, but they piling them up in one neighborhood and exposing a lot of situations. We already know what can happen, what goes on in a homeless shelter: mental health, drug problems, a lot of issues, and they're they're just throwing it in one part of the neighborhood. And this is where the young ladies, the young women's shelters is here, and they're standing on a corner and asking, no mind that they ask for money because I always give them money, but this is what is going on. And it's like, it's not just a little bit, it's starting to become a lot, and it's more and more and more. And I'm looking like, what are they doing? Are they just throwing them somewhere? Are they really helping them? Are they doing what they need to do for them? Because what I see is they throwing them in one neighborhood, they're leaving them to fend for themselves, and they fend for themselves, and they doing all kind of craziness, all kind of crazy stuff. And the part is that I'm raising my boys in this situation, in this scary situation. I'm not good to. No, I'm to take the bus today. Thank you. Oh, matter of fact, you was waiting for me. Let me go. Sorry. You was actually waiting for me. I'm sorry. One moment. Put my mask on. I don't know if the live is breaking up. Um, For he has done so very much for me. What shall I render to Jehovah? For he has done so very much for me. How you doing? does so very much for me. Oh, showering down. Five, five, 59th and 5. Thank you. 59. Listen, too early. Thank you. Okay, I'm kind of off. So, sorry for that, guys. Nobody's watching. It's okay. I really had something in my mind. So, what I was saying was, while I was talking the way I was talking, Why I was talking the way I was talking was because I was around a bunch of people, surrounded by a bunch of people, and I didn't want nobody to get offended. So what I was saying was that it seemed like they bring it more into the neighborhood that's not positive. Like I see if you bring the homeless into the neighborhood, fine, cool. But you supposed to give them other things to do, other outreach programs, counseling. Make sure they're on a medication. If there's gonna be a shelter, there's supposed to be a walking outreach program. Meaning, part of the shelter program is where people walk on their feet to walk around the neighborhood that they have the shelters around and attend to these. The same way they have the vaccine people walking around asking, "Do you want to take a vaccine shot?" That's the same thing that they should be doing. If you're gonna post a shelter across from my neighborhood, then you should have. It's called walking. It's called shelter on feet. What I mean by that, meaning because you have a shelter near the neighborhood, there should be always someone on feet attending to the neighborhood to make sure that the people from the shelter are being attended 24/7. Definitely ones that's on medication, that need counseling, that's going through a lot, that has alcohol, problems. There should be shelter on foot. So when you there are released out into the open and someone is monitoring, even if it has to be volunteer work or something where there's monitoring going on 24/7, period. Because it seemed like in my neighborhood they built a shelter, the people are out there standing on the corner, sleeping on the corner, and I was very highly offended when I seen a young lady. She probably was older, probably in her 50s, was selling her ass in the opening. And I was real offended because it made me realize what kind of neighborhood I was raising my boys in. My last son, he's gonna be by himself because the big three ones are gonna grow up. They're going to have their own life. They're not gonna want to drag their little brother around. And he got his sister, which they not gonna be probably around each other all the time. He's gonna mingle with the people in the neighborhood, and he's gonna be surrounded by the madness. And like they say, your environment is um it's the same. Like you are who you are because of your environment, and my environment is not good at all. It's a lot of drug dealing. It's craziness in my neighborhood. The neighborhood, and they choose to be that way. It's not like it's like that because someone's doing it. They choosing to be that way. The buildings are beat down. The neighborhoods are beat down. No one's taking care of the neighborhoods. The police officers. Oh my gosh, it's another story. The young lady was sitting there selling her butt while there was a police station right up the block from where she was doing it. Police cars right on the corner. And this questioned me, what are y'all there for? Are y'all not doing your job? How do you not see that this young lady, if I came from work and walked into this, seeing that this young lady was selling her ass and walking inappropriate in the street, what make you think why the police didn't catch on to that? Why the police did not see that this lady was selling her ass in the street, half naked. This is the mental health problem going on. They bring the people from the shelter and they just let them be free. And and I don't mind that. I don't care. I was in the shelter. I've been that before. But the problem is, what are y'all doing? Are you just throwing them somewhere and letting them run free? Y'all not even go. That's why they need to build shelter on feet. Where when you throw in a shelter in the neighborhood, there should be a group of people like they're doing for the vaccine shots, walking around, attending to the homeless to make sure that they're being they're not adding to the neighborhood. They're not sleeping on the floors. They're not adding chaos. They're not screaming and shouting or insulting people. It should be something going on within the shelter system because my neighborhood is polluted. It's not polluted because of the people. It's polluted what the people was doing from the shelters. And my son is gonna be raising this, and I'm so scared because I said to my kids that it was I said to my kids that we gotta move. We gotta go. My son said, Mom, why we gotta go? I don't wanna go. And I said, because the neighborhood is not good and they choosing to be this way. They adding to it and they building a beautiful shell, but they're not fixing the problem inside of it. And it's scary because all I need is my son to be part of this madness, and I'm fighting my son to stop hanging out on the street. Don't sell drugs, don't do this, don't smoke weed. And he's by himself, even though he got three big brothers. And the shit about the police, that kills me. How was she able to do that when you was right up the block, you was on the corner? This shows me that y'all not trying to make my neighborhood better. Y'all not trying to do better for my neighborhood. You're leaving it like that. You're building these beautiful things, and then you're making more projects. I'm sorry to say, it might be a complex, but it always turns into a project, no matter what, because it's certain minorities in it. No one taking care of it. It's getting nasty. A group of people start selling drugs, and it ain't about selling drugs or being neat about it. Because remember, becoming a weed dealer is a job now, but they pushed it. They pushed the bill back. They fighting it, but still, it's a job now. But guess what? It's how you go about it. You got a bunch of people standing outside, a bunch of drinking, smoking, contaminating the environment or the neighborhood, into where it's turning negative, and there's nothing being done about it, and it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking because my children is going to be raised up in this, which I damn not gonna let that happen because I am going to move. I'm planning on moving to Staten Island so that I can get a better apartment, a better environment, a better place, better schooling, just to get my kids out this area because I don't want them to fall in the cracks. Because they're gonna fall in the cracks. The schools is shitty. And I fought a lot for my neighborhood. I fought a lot. I fought for us to have patrol on the corner, which we had it. And all of something, and it wasn't still no good because somebody wound up getting killed on my neighborhood block and the cops was right there. How? When you supposed to been patrolling, you was sleeping? How? You know what I'm saying? I fought for libraries. I fought for, and we get in the library, but look how long are they taking to build it. Um, I fought for my neighbor, for my complex, to the building to start getting fighting for them to build it, to get it together, to give the people what they need for stoves and all that. I fought for all that, and just to see the people that I fought for say kiss my ass, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. I really don't care what you do. It's like it's just gonna get worse, and this is where we having trouble sticking together. Let's face it. We having trouble sticking together. It takes a team of people to get stuff together. Like my supervisor once said, he said it takes you keep beating your head and I'm gonna beat mine. It'll go better with two instead of one. And then that one comes into three, that three comes into four, and that four comes into five. And we got a group of people, a petition. No, it's the people destroying the neighborhood and making it worse. And I'm tired of living in neighborhoods like that. I'm tired of Every time I bring people to, every time I tell somebody where I live, they be like, over there. So I tend to not do that. Why? Why do I feel the same? Why would I need to have to hide where I live at? I should be proud where I live at. No, it's getting worse. I was very upset when I saw this lady selling her ass. She was half naked, bending over in the car, selling her butt in the opening, sun daylight. I'm coming in from work, 4 o'clock. The sun is still out, and I'm just like, this is the type of neighborhood I'm living in. This is, and the police officers. Oh God, I keep saying this over. I keep forgetting to get on their butts. What my thing is, y'all forgot to do your job. Y'all forget to do that. You dedicated yourself to a job, no matter what. That you was gonna protect, serve, and do the right thing, no matter what. That's what you salute your hand to. You didn't say if they stop paying me, I'm not gonna do my job. If they stop doing this, I'm not gonna do my job. You saluted to no matter what happens, I'm gonna do my job. What's going on? Why we don't have the police officers doing a job in my neighborhood? I mean, come on. This is like, it's upsetting. Like when I seen that, it was on my mind for 2 days. Cause I'm like, this is not what my neighborhood result to. This is all this construction we got going on, all this building a new library, school closing down. They trying to improve the neighborhood. They building unnecessary stuff that need to be built. And to still see the same thing that I saw in my neighborhood, did anybody in my neighborhood? I just wish they can do a lot better. I'm leaving. I give up. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm not doing it. My son don't want to leave. I don't want to leave because my kids, they got a life around there. They got friends. But the big ones lived their life already. They had their friends. They had their parties. They had this. They had that. It's the little ones I'm worried about. She'll the quiet storm. She on right now. It's the little ones I'm worried about. The little tiny, my 2 9-year-olds and my 3-year-old. I owe them and anything to occupy themselves that was positive. And now to see what it like having more kids and what they raising into, I don't have that. I don't have the after school programs to go to. I gotta run all the way over here to do the after school programs. It's kind of hard because I'm a single parent. I can't run from work and then run to a program. I would have to tell my kids, like, look, big boys, I need y'all to go run to the program while mommy at work. And then I run from work to run to the program and be exhausted. I don't want to be like that because at the end of the day, it's messing with my mental state. And then I'm tired and exhausted and I don't have time for my kids. When they could be a program in the neighborhood. But they giving us shelters. They giving us vaccines testing sites. You don't have that in the other neighborhoods. They tore down the only program, the only I forgot what you call that for the kids when they go to the after school program. It's not really after school program. It's a workout. It's a swimming pool. They tore that down to have a vaccine testing site. That for what? That was what we needed in the neighborhood. You tore that down for what? Our library took forever to build. Until I fought for it. Now it's getting built, and it's taking forever to get together. Then you built the complex. You first of all, the library was broken down and was getting built before they even thought about putting a complex there. Now they built a complex, started once they started the library, and it's built before the library. Now I'm like, but the library is important because if these kids don't get nowhere to study, they don't have nowhere to get books, they don't have nowhere to go, what are they gonna do? Good morning, Bonnie. How you doing, Bonnie? How did you sleep? How do you sleep, Bonnie? I'm talking about I saw something in my neighborhood that kind of like upset me a little bit. My neighborhood, ooh, it's bugs all around me. I kind of was upset what I seen, and I'm just like raising my children around it, and I don't want my children to be around it. And I'm fighting to improve the neighborhood. And you got and then it's so much going on in this in the poor communities. It's ridiculous. Someone has to come inside and actually live this life and fight it. You can't stop living it once you move up. You can't stop living it. If you fighting for us and fighting for the poor community, you can't stop fighting it. You can't fight it and leave it. You have to fight it and continue. I slept good in yourself. I slept real good actually. I slept so good, Bonnie, that when I got home, I fell out in my bed. Cause that's how hard they worked me at my job. I, my life, my life is here. My life is home, work, home, work, home. I barely have a life. That's a good thing though. So, um, that's so I like all the all the senators and governors and the round table partitioners. They need to stay in the neighborhood so they can continue fighting it. They need to stay in the neighborhood so they can see what's going on. Because they, if I can see this every day, and if y'all come to my neighborhood and you watch it, you will see it too, and you will say this is a disgrace. My child have to walk past somebody that's selling their ass in broad daylight. I don't knock nobody getting their hustling. I don't knock nobody getting their hustling. If that's how you hustle, so be it. But what I do knock is how you exposing the community to it. No one needs to know that. No one needs to see that. And the community and and I'm hoping that someone see this video that they're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be something where I could let y'all see the beach today. Um I hope they see what I'm talking about. They need to come to my neighborhood and watch and see the poisonous that's leaking into the street. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that when it comes down to the homeless, because that is happening in my neighborhood. Yes, look, because it's like and I hate to I hate to represent the homeless that way because I've been there, but it's not like anyone. When I was homeless, I came homeless at 19 years old. Um, I became homeless at 19 years old because I was suffering from a lot in a home that I was in, and I chose to leave. But when I became homeless, I didn't become homeless just, get on the street. I fooled around for a little bit, but I woke up and said, this is not my life. This is not what I want to keep doing. So I there was programs. There was, okay, are you still going to school? Are you going to your doctor's appointments? Are you, checking in? What are you doing? All right, you finished school. What are you doing? What are you doing after school? When you leave this building, what are you doing? And we had patrol outside. We couldn't go outside and act a fool. And, I think we gonna stand around the neighborhood, sell drugs, harass the neighbors. No, they told us, they gave us strict rules not to do that. You can't be sitting here, you can't be in the park, you must be out doing something. If we used to have a van that pick us up, drive around and see us and pick us up and bring us back in. Definitely when it was school, for the kids that was going to school, they used to drive around and they send you outside there, pick you up. So, and then they had the hot meals. Like, even when you had, good morning, good. Even when you had, like, it was hot meals. Like, they used to walk around, give the kids hot meals, or give, the homeless hot meals, check on the homeless and stuff like that. And stuff like that. Look, I'm walking in the sand, guys. I'm about to bring y'all to the beach again. It's early. I don't start work till 7. So, but that's how it used to be. And they used to have hot meals, hot food, hot sandwiches, and they used to just tend to us out on the street. Definitely the wintertime. They don't do that now. They don't do that over here. Over here, you don't have nobody attending to the homeless. They throw them over here and that's it. So my son, my 9-year-old, gotta walk and see the lady pants hanging off her butt and question mine. Why she undressed like that? Why she doing that? I gotta say, I don't know. Cause I don't want to tell him the real reason why that's going on. Why she doing that? Cause he don't need to be thinking about that. Like, what you mean selling herself? What you mean? And he thinking further into it. His whole mind gonna be like, was he gonna get candy? Was she selling for candy? More questions. So he don't need to be seeing that. And the sad part is, we don't fight to say what our kids need to be exposed to. And it takes more than one person to speak up. It needs a group of us to speak up and say, listen, we don't want this in our neighborhood. If you put this in our neighborhood, what are you going to do besides just leaving them here? And are you going to give them what we need? And then the government or the state need to monitor the shelter, seeing that they're providing the right situation for them. They're not doing that. They're just throwing them somewhere. This is the ocean, guys. I'm going to step my feet in the water. Stepping my feet in the water. I think it's going to be cold. Woo. Woo, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's freezing. Oh, my gosh. This is freezing. I'm going to step out a little bit more. Some waves is kind of getting high. I want my pants to get wet. I got to sit in these pants all day. Woo. That felt good. That kind of felt good on my feet. So I gave y'all, now it's full of sand. I gave y'all a little bit of sand beach this morning, a little bit of concern before the morning. I just, and then did y'all see the interview with Pamela Harris? I don't know if I'm saying her right. The vice president, they done caught this woman up in some bull crap. I'm so mad how she answered that interview. I wish I would have knew who was answering that interview. I was moving around cleaning, doing a lot while they was interviewing her. They asked her, did she go to the border? She gonna say, we at the border. We went to the border. Then they asked her, no, did you go to the border? She choked up in her words and say, well, I didn't go to Europe either. I was like, what? How you answer a question like that? How you gonna say I didn't go to Europe either? Woman, you gotta go to the border to experience, to see what the heck is going. First, like I said, like I'm saying here, for you to be touched about what's going on and understand actually what's really going on, you have to go there and look at it and see, Vice President. You have to go to the poor communities. You got to go to the borders to see what's really poison, what poison is going on circling around there. Why you ain't go yet, Vice President? I felt you should have went. You should have went. You shouldn't have choked up on that answer. You could have said, "Listen, before I go there, I'ma be well. I want to be well prepared. I don't want to go there because somebody telling me to go there or you're making me go there. I'm gonna go there when I'm well prepared." She said, "I didn't go to Europe either. We had people there already, and I've in obviously we know you have some people there, but they're not doing nothing. There's still it's still stuff going on there. You can't see what's going on. They can tell you whatever they want. They can lie to you and tell you what's going on at the border, and you can believe it or not. You won't find out the truth until you go see it. When she said that, I was stunned. I said, "Him, I don't know if I'm saying her name. Harris. I'ma call her vice president. That's what I'ma say to her. That's how I'ma call her, vice president, cause that's who she is." And I was like, "Wow, I'm gonna do some more research up on that because she's starting to get sketchy to me. The vice president's starting to get real sketchy. Y'all also need to look up Judge Joe Brown talking about her. You know, I always felt that Judge Joe Brown had something good to always say, even though it was harsh. But I always felt he had always something to say, right information. I don't think he mean her and no harm. He's just telling the truth. It is what it is. So y'all need to look up YouTube videos about um, Judge Joe Brown talking about the vice president. He said he knew her before she became the vice president. He'll tell you how she moved up. He could tell you who she was with. It is crazy. Hey, Payne, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Good morning. How you doing? I'm gonna start chatting y'all in line. How you doing, sir? Sandwich. I like your unpacking lives. Y'all gonna start having me. Y'all gonna have me. See, I like your video because you give me ideas to do. Yes. Listen, I got my day started 4 o'clock in the morning to just do all this and to get it started. I just had like a concern about my neighborhood, what I seen and what my children exposed to, and how this shit is so serious in this neighborhood that they need to get it together. And did you see the interview with the vice president where they asked her, did she go to the border yet? The new interview, and she commented and said, "I ain't go to Europe yet." That's what's up. Let me say, let me put this way. Good morning. Um, so I'm looking like this is crazy. I'm gonna investigate some more about that Pamela, the vice president having that interview. I'm gonna look it up because that shit was, excuse my language, that sucker was crazy. I thought she would have answered that way better than that. She's starting to make me be sketchy about her interviews, about people having, you always have somebody you always got haters and someone have something negative to say about you. So I don't believe everything somebody say, but I don't believe everybody that say they did for us. And I don't think she did for us because so far, well, let me stop. If I think about certain things that have been done already, yeah, just keep shoving money in our mouth. I don't watch anything with Biden and them. Not fans of this. Yes. Oh my gosh. Not me either. You know what? I don't either. I done lost faith in the government, the presidents. I done lost faith in them. I don't watch them. I caught that interview cleaning up. I had put on my TV and I was cleaning my bedroom and I seen the interview. And I heard what she said, and I said, this is who we got for vice president. It's scary because uh, I need my neighborhood to get better. Don't really get into politics these days. It's a dangerous road. A dangerous. It's really getting into politics news, and that's the kind of things, and that kind of things. I don't even give them views. You know what? You're right. You're right. You. So you staying safe. You staying out of that. But I'm talking about my neighborhood, Pain, because I need them to come to my from my job, right? I saw um a young lady half dressed, right? She had her pants to the middle of her butt, leaning onto a car, and she was selling herself in broad daylight. I get home by 4:30, broad daylight, and she was selling herself. And I said, and it's a police station where she was selling herself at. It was a police station right up the block, and it was cops on the corner. And I gotta raise my two little boys in this neighborhood. And it's nerve wracking because I'm like, he's gonna get sucked up into these streets. Yeah, I'm keeping it real for them because one, I'm putting an eye on what's really going on in the poor neighborhood. Because when you hear in a on TV or in the offices, they don't speak clearly good. They call us middle class. They don't say about the poor. They don't speak about the poor. They don't say what's really. They only say the gun violence is going up, the hunger's going up, people's losing their jobs. They're not really seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. And that's all I need to keep. That's all I need. And I'm raising four boys, paying five boys, and I got one little boy that's gonna be in this world by himself because his three brothers is gonna be older. They older having their life, and he gonna be in this neighborhood. I want to leave, but why do I have to leave? Why can't my neighborhood just why can't my neighborhood just change? Why can't they not take care of the neighborhood? Why can they not just you're not waiting for the restroom, right? I'm about to open it now. Sorry. Why can't you not just do what you gotta do? I mean, why can't y'all not just change it? They building all these new buildings. They only worry about 2 seconds. So yes. And the monitor is bullshit because I fought for us to have police patrol on our corner near our neighborhood, right? And someone got killed, not sure who, got killed right in front of Hello Seed. Thank you for coming to my channel, Seed. We are here. Thank you for coming. Someone got killed right in front of the patrol officer sitting right there. How the freak did that happen? How did that happen? When you was supposed to been monitoring, patrolling, not driving off, not going nowhere. All you have to do is sit there. That's all you have to do. Was sit there. Sit there and just monitor. How? Yes. Wow, Bonnie. How? How? The little boy, the 10-year-old boy that got shot in his stomach by some dude, that was in my neighborhood. That was my neighborhood. How? How is this going on? Because people taking these jobs, there are certain jobs that you're not supposed to take if you're not going to take this serious. That's being a teacher, that's being a doctor, and that's being a police officer and a firefighter. Because while this is your job consists of changing people's lives, saving them or changing them. And if you're just going there for a paycheck and saying, shit, I just want to go home and survive and go back and come back to work, then that's not the job for you because you're dealing with lives. A teacher, a doctor, a police officer, and a firefighter and an ambulance. It's a lot more. When your job consists of you changing a life and saving a life, that job is not just to think of a paycheck. That's a job that you dedicate yourself no matter paycheck or no paycheck. I don't work nowhere. I don't work nowhere. I don't like working nowhere. I'm not happy. I like coming to work every day, doing my job, and having a smile on my face. Pain said, Bonnie said, wow. Bonnie said, that is sad. I see. Thank you, C, for coming to my channel. He said, Eyes, we are here. Pain said, we hear eyes. Pain said, these times are crazy. We got folks beating up old ladies. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. We got randomly shooting little kids, road rage, murdering is wild. Wild, wild, oh, I can't see. Wild West out here now. And to make things worse, they're gonna do open carry law. Yo, do you man? And then I don't knock nobody smoking weed or whatever. I don't knock it. I'm mad that they pushed that law back for them, but we got a lot of mental things going on with. We don't need things clouding nobody's minds. And adding more drugs on the street when there's already other drugs on the street that we got to get off first, that's different. That's crazy. See, you right on point, Pain. You right on point. It says to make matters worse, felonies still not allowed to defend oneself with firearm, but allow everyone to open carry a firearm, but allow everyone to open carry. Now I think we're gonna have a lot of folks killing felons and getting away with it. Thank you. You just proved the point right there. That's a number one situation where they gonna be able to have to be able to carry these guns, and because they have a let them have a felony case on them. Oh, I had a reason I shot them, even it was no real reason. He was a felon. Oh, he was on my property. Oh, my daughter's boyfriend was doing something where I felt like I had to arm myself, and because he was he had a felony. Oh, it was a reason why to shoot him and kill him. Listen, yes. This is the it says he says scare me to be honest. This is right. Listen, thank you. Look, it's going on in this neighborhood. This is the environment that my child is living in. This is the environment that my child is being exposed to. I'm about to go to Long Staten Island across the wall. You need a car to kind of drive somewhere. The park is far away. Or matter of fact, I might have my own backyard where he don't need to go nowhere. Folks are gonna be like, I felt threatened. Yeah, you're right. I felt threatened, and they had no period. So it became he say, but set their story, hold weight. Felons are gonna be dead. Listen, let me put that up there because I might have not read that right. I can't see it. My eyes is blurry a little bit. Um, you right, Pain. It's gonna give a reason to start killing even more. And guess who got the most felons? Guess who got the most felons? Guess who got that? We do. Minorities, Spanish, blacks, um, have the most felons, and that's a perfect reason. What you think they really put that out there for? What you really think it's about? It's not about just, oh, I really felt threatened by them, or they had a bad background. It's really targeting a certain um culture. See, is really targeting a certain culture. And that's the scary thing about it. My son want to go to Philadelphia because he knows a female out there. And the race really don't have to matter, but she's a black and white. And my son is a young, inexperienced, young black man that's wanting to travel in an airplane to another state to see a friend that he so-called met. Want to go to her graduation. The parents, you welcome. Have a nice one. The parents wanna the parents wanna pay for my son's ticket and his hotel. It's okay. That sound cool. But my son is a black young man, experienced young man. He never traveled out of the state. My son do something wrong, they gonna say they had a reason to kill my son. Oh, my son wound up dead because somebody so-called felt threatened because they able to carry a gun on them. We can't talk out our mouth. We can't hold our what is it called? Freedom of speech. Because when we say something wrong, someone feel like they could pull a gun out and just shoot, and then make a lame excuse to say, oh, I felt threatened because he had a felony. Look, this is deep. This is where the politicians need to come down to the neighborhoods and really see what's going on and really seeing who this really affecting. Because this is affecting, this is deep. This is not just something simple. This is really deep. In our poor communities, this is what's going on in the poor communities. I don't even stack. My sister said, oh yeah, Lisa, they giving us more emergency food stamps. That's what it said, or something out online. They giving out more food stamps. I sat there and said, for what? Why is they giving out food stamps? For what? She goes, I don't know. I said, oh, so that's how they just gonna take care of us? Just give us money and tell us to be quiet and not really see what's going on? I'm a as well. I know my struggles are nothing compared to what other goes through. Players up to the struggle. Yeah, listen. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Even if you work every day, it ain't even a struggle like I'm hungry. It's a struggle like my neighborhood is suffering. The mental state that the neighborhood is in, pain. Thank you for the prayers. The mental state that the neighborhood is in. And this is why I say, this is why I'm so hard up on mental health. This is why I'm so hard up on it, because this shit is not a joke. And it's getting passed down to children. The generation is getting affected, the younger generation. I have, I'm not going to put too much out there, but I know somebody who have children and they poison their children because their mental state is not correct. And because they live in this kind of environment, if you live in an environment that feel like no one gives a F about you, then why did you should give a F about yourself or your family or your kids? Why if it feel like the world is not giving a F about you, or no, why should I give a F about me or my anxiety is a motherfucker now these days to leave your own home. Pain. I went to counseling for anxiety. I suffer from PTSD. I suffered from anxiety. I had to go to counseling for this bull crap. And now I learned how to recognize when I'm about to have anxiety attack. I recognize my triggers. One time I was in my home and it wasn't no bill stress. It wasn't no food stress. It was my neighborhood that's stressing me. And my seeing what my kids had to be into. And dealing with the corona, dealing with being in the house and my job, freaking I felt myself shaking and anxious and the world the my room spinning, and it lasted for about almost an hour, and I had to lay on my bed and calm myself and said, look, Lisa, you catching anxiety. Bonnie said true pain, and I had to figure out my triggers. What was the problem that I'm catching anxiety? And then when I caught the anxiety, I lashed out in a negative way. I was either arguing with my kids because I was still didn't know what was really going on. I still was like confused. I was just like, and I would argue with my kids until I went to counseling. My teacher explained to me, my counselor explained to me, said, Miss, you suffering from anxiety. That sounds like an anxiety attack. Was a people person back in the days. D-Pain was a people person back in the days. I was in trouble all the time in fights and all that. I was pretty liked. Then one day I just snapped and got mentally old, uncool. I thought I threw things. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I can't see. Please forgive me. Read Payne's comic there. Was a person back in the days. I was in trouble all the time in fights and all that. I was pretty liked. Then one day I just snapped and got mentally old, uncool. I thought and I threw things. You know what? And you know what? You not the only. And this is the thing that I'm saying, Pain. You don't know that you going through these things until you snap. You don't know, and this is what could be going on with our young men today. They are they don't know something's going on until one day something snap. They don't know why they can't go to school. They don't know why they can't could sit down in class. So do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna fight everybody. I'm gonna disrespect everybody around me. And don't know that shit is deep. Don't know it's really, really deep. And I look at the young boys, the young boys about my son's age. God only knows what they doing out in the street. And it's scary to think because you don't know how they're gonna, mind your business, or they're gonna respond negative to, you know, and um, you don't know what's going on in their mind. Out more and slow down a lot now. I find it hard to fit in because everyone still wants to play a role in my mind. I've been there, done that, have a record in such long story short growing up. Listen, this is why I'm alone. I ain't gonna say I'm alone, but this is why my circle is very small. My children is in my circle because you have people. When you wake up and realize what was going on with yourself and you grew up, you start and you start inviting people in your life and you start watching them and you start seeing things, you eventually be like, you know what, I see what game you trying to play. You trying to play my head. I'm not ready for that. You know what, I grew up from that. I'm separating myself. And I've been there. This is why I choose to stay to myself. But I also want to aware everyone that because I decide she gotta use the bathroom. She lucky I opened the bathroom. The bathroom opened up at 8. I choose. Okay, because I choose to be alone, but doesn't mean I'm choosing to just not let everyone aware that what's going on is real. Definitely in the neighborhood. The politicians and them need to come down in these neighborhoods. They said it's uncool these days. You have to be 40 and still act like you're 20 to fit in. God forbid you are 40 and acting your age. You're outcast. Man, you know what? I don't think I act my age, Pain. I think I act older than my age. I hang out with older people, then I hang out with people my age, because the people my age, they act younger than their age. Like you said, they act 20. I want to know why you stuck in your 20. I want to know why you want to continue being. When I hit my 30s, I was happy to hit my 30s. I was like, oh, I hit my 30s. Ain't nobody going to tell me nothing. I'm about to be 40. I can't wait. I'm like, nobody could tell me nothing. I hit my 40s. And I'm proud. I might be 40, but I probably act like, asked me how old I was. I was like, oh, I'm 38. And they was like, oh, you still a baby. I thought you was older than that. I said, why? She said, because the way you talk. And I was like, oh, okay. No, I'm 38. I just been there, done that. And I'm not stupid anymore. And stuff like that. So, but before I forget, everybody hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if anybody, which I know y'all subscribe. Bonnie subscribed, Payne subscribed. Who else came to my channel? Just Bonnie and Payne. So I'm at work right now, doing my little job, um, cleaning up, keeping my neighborhood clean, keeping my side of the town clean, doing a little extra so my peoples can feel good about where they live at. You know what? Let me see. Let me put my rim up, because my rim is blocking the sight of everything out here. It's all right. It's cloudy. It's not. It's all right. It's not bad. I'm not expecting to be a good day today. I think it's supposed to be sunny a little bit, kind of hot, but it's all right. It feel. You know what? It actually is a good day because it's not too hot and it's not too cold. You got the breeze and you got the heat. So it's like follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Oz Love to Oz Love Talk 3. I do my own little business. It's called Oz Diary. I have so much under my wing. I so much in my diary book that I would tell y'all that I do. But when you get on my Instagram, you'll see everything. But that's what I had on my mind today about my neighborhood and what I seen. And we gonna have some good days. I was supposed to go to an event Sunday, but I was too tired from work. I wasn't coming back to work to see no event. Y'all to see something going on. It was called Stop the Gun Violence. I believe this is Stop the Gun Violence month, and they was doing something towards stopping the gun violence. I said Blossom. Me and Mommy at Blossom. How y'all doing? Good morning. Who that? Cece. Okay. How you doing, Cece? Good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Um, it Mommy at Blossom. I When I flipped it up like that, I was like, oh, Blossom. Or the coach. And she got the little hat thing flipped up and stuff like that. It's called Comfy Couch. Good morning. Hers was just a little bit bigger. She had like the big floppy hat, and then she had like the thing, and then the flower right here. Look at hers going back in old school. Okay, we about to get some working out here. Okay, they work out and okay, I like this. Okay, training. I don't know if I'm gonna record them. I don't think they want to be on camera, but they about to do some working out in my part. So I'm about to end my live because I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, she at work on her phone." So this is Eyes Love to Talk. I thank y'all for coming into my channel, Pain, coming into my channel, Bonnie. Thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a beautiful comment at the bottom, and also visit my Instagram page. Is Eyes Love to Talk. Three, no, Eyes Love Talk 3 is at the bottom here. You're gonna see it floating. Visit by, leave a comment. Don't hesitate to say hello. I'll be there. See you later, guys. Bye. Thank you, Pain and Dozen. I mean, what the freak did I just say? Good Lord, excuse me. Thank you, Bonnie Rose, for coming to my channel. I'm gonna give a shout out. Thank Pain to Entertain for coming to my channel. Love. Thank you for the love. I'll see y'all later, guys. Bye.